Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I am Vasilikis and in this video we are going to be talking about the new palette by Essence. This is the Glamo Camo eyeshadow palette, and as we can see we don't have a mirror but we have 16 eyeshadows. The price for this one is €7.95 and we get 28.8 grams of product. This palette is an online exclusive product by Essence. Every month they have one or two products that you can only find online, and I decided to get this one because of the color story of the palette, and I like that we have those green eyeshadows and this very interesting orange shade. I was searching through my Essence eyeshadow palette collection and I realized that most of the palettes that I have from this brand are with neutral and natural eyeshadows, and this is a perfect palette to see if we have good quality shades in colors. In this video I'm going to show you the swatches, also how I did my eye look, and I'm going to give you my thoughts about the palette. I have used it again for two eye looks. I have done a light green eye look and also a light orange eye look with these shades here. I'm going to link them in the description box below, and I will have a card here if you want to find them easier. This palette is vegan and it is made in PRC. The eyeshadows can last up to 18 months. As we can see, the design is inspired by camouflage colors and also the shades that we get in the palette. However, I don't understand the names. In this palette we have three types of textures. We have matte eyeshadows, satin, and also shimmery. Let's start with the swatches of each row. I'm going to explain to you the texture, the finish that we have with every eyeshadow, and also how you can use each eyeshadow on your eyes. As you can see, in the first row we have only matte eyeshadows. I'm going to start with the eyeshadow Pecan Pie. It is a light beige eyeshadow. You can use this one to highlight your brow bone or to set your concealer. On me, it's not very visible. Next to that, we have eyeshadow Maple. It is a light warm brown eyeshadow. You can use this one as a crease color and it is very easy to blend it on your eyes. After that, we have eyeshadow Sweat. We also have some fallout from this eyeshadow, so tap the excess off before you apply the brush on your eyes. This one is also very easy to diffuse it on your eyes. I have used just a little bit in the outer crease today. And we continue with eyeshadow New England. I don't understand the names. This is a camouflage inspired palette, but we also have Halloween Town. I don't get it. I don't get it. If you have any clue about the names of the palette, let me know in the comments. New England is a burnt orange matte eyeshadow. You can apply a light layer of this eyeshadow into your crease. You can also pack it and after that blend it. It is easy to blend it. I have done a tutorial for this eyeshadow. The three darker eyeshadows that we have in the first row, you can use them as crease colors, also to define the shape of your eyes. You can also smudge them in the lower lash line. In the second row we have shimmery eyeshadows, and this one here, Cinnamon Sugar, it is a light beige champagne eyeshadow with a shimmery finish, and this one has a very light sheen of yellow that it's not very noticeable until you blend it on your eyes. I like this eyeshadow a lot. I have used it as my inner corner highlighter and also on my brow bone today. After that we have eyeshadow Bronze. Yeah, I said it correctly. It is a golden bronze eyeshadow. I have used this eyeshadow today on my eyelid. You can use it with a dry brush, and if you want to make it more shiny, you can apply it with your fingertip or with a setting spray or a sponge tip applicator. You can do that for all the shimmery eyeshadows of this palette. Now we have eyeshadow November. This is a dark chocolatey brown eyeshadow. This is what I have now on the outer eyelid. And last but not least of this row is this one here, Golden Hour. This is a yellow gold eyeshadow. This one is not very reflecting as the other shimmery eyeshadows of this palette. It looks better with a setting spray or when you press it lightly on your eyes with your fingertips. In the next row we have only matte eyeshadows. This one here is a light yellow color. As we can see, this one gives a a very light color of yellow on the skin. This is not a very visible eyeshadow. You can also see that in the palette. This is a very light eyeshadow. You can use this one as a base for all the other eyeshadows into the crease, and also to blend the edges of other darker eyeshadows. For example, you can use Mellow to blend this eyeshadow here. How's it called? Olive Hue, or you can use it for these eyeshadows here. This one is Olive Hue. This eyeshadow is not very visible. You need to apply 2-3 layers to make it more noticeable on the eyes. You can use this one as a crease color. Next we have the eyeshadow Spice It Up, and it is, oops, I have followed. Okay, I'm okay. This one is a light neon green eyeshadow that when you start blending on your skin is not very visible, so don't worry about this neon color that you see in the pan, because you need to layer it, and also it's not as intense as it looks in the palette. I like this one to blend the edges of other eyeshadows. Also make sure to blend it very well. If you have any patches of color that it's not very well blended, it is going to be more noticeable because this is a neon color. You can use it on top of wet concealer or a creamy white base, or maybe an eye primer with a sticky consistency in a lighter color. This way you're going to make this eyeshadow more vibrant. This one here is Eyeshadow Coffee, Black Coffee. Now I get it. And oh my god, I have black coffee everywhere. Every time you dip your brush in the pans, make sure to tap the excess off, because these eyeshadows are very soft and you're going to have fallouts on your eyes. We don't want that. Eyeshadow Coffee is a black eyeshadow. I like this eyeshadow a lot. It is one of the easiest black eyeshadows that I have found in a drugstore palette. It is very easy to blend it. This is not the blackest black eyeshadow. I have used just a little bit on the outer corner of my eyes today. It's not very visible, but it makes a difference. In the fourth row we have 3 shimmery eyeshadows and 1 satin eyeshadow. This one is not a shimmery eyeshadow. It has a very light sheen, but it's not very noticeable. You can see the sheen if you use this eyeshadow on your brow bone. This is not a very noticeable color on me, but you can see the very light color that we have. I like this one as a brow bone highlighter or in the inner corner as well. I think this one is my least favorite eyeshadow of the palette because it is very similar to eyeshadow Mellow. We could have another shade, maybe something with a more intense sheen. It's not a bad eyeshadow, you can still use it. Also, eyeshadow Golden Hour is not very shiny, but you can make it more reflecting. Let's continue with Halloween Town. This one is a light green eyeshadow. All the shimmery eyeshadows, you can use them on your eyelid, also in the lower lash line like I have done today. And yeah, so this is such a pretty color. Following that we have eyeshadow Pumpkin Patch. This one is a brighter light green neon shimmery eyeshadow. It is super pretty. I have used it today in the lower lash line in the inner part, and it gives such a nice pop of color. After that we have eyeshadow Smoky. This is a bronze khaki green eyeshadow. I have used it today in the outer part of my lower lash line. It has a beautiful sheen. I like that we have this shade. It looks very nice with the green eyeshadows, also with eyeshadow Golden Hour and Cinnamon Sugar, and these two. Basically all the eyeshadows are working very well together. The color story is very nice in the palette. Let me show you which eyeshadows I have used. I started my eye look with Cinnamon Sugar, and I have used it as my brow bone highlighter. For my crease color I have used eyeshadow Maple. Next I took eyeshadow November, and I have pressed it on the outer part of my eyelid. After that I took eyeshadow Bronze, and I have used it in the inner eyelid. To intensify the outer crease a little bit more, I have used eyeshadow Sweat. Following that I smudged eyeshadow Smoky on the outer part of my lower lash line. And In the inner part, I have used Eyeshadow Pumpkin Patch. Afterwards, I took Eyeshadow Coffee and I have used it to make my lashes fuller and also to intensify the outer corner of my eyes. After that, I also applied a little bit of cinnamon sugar in the inner corner. As you can see, this is a cardboard packaging. It is a very lightweight palette and we have a magnetic closure. If you don't have a plastic layer in between the two sides of the palette, some product is going to the other side. They are traveling. I don't mind that we don't have a mirror because we are getting 8 additional eyeshadows. I like this palette. I think that you have a lot of possibilities for different eye looks. Let me know in the comments below if you like the color story of this palette. Are these shades that you would like to use on your eyes? You can watch here another eye look with this palette. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and also click on the notification bell, and I will see you in my next video.